Mongolia, June 2018. We took a trip on the Trans-Siberian Railroad from Moscow to Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia, May 22nd to June 7th, 2018. The tour was organized by the Travel All Russia Firebird Tour Group. The fifth and final stop on our Trans-Siberian Railway trip was Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia. This video, labeled 5A, covers our visit to the Buvet Mongol camp. All of our videos can be seen on our Conscience Films YouTube site. This video was produced from pictures taken by Abe and video taken by me. The cameras were handheld. Tripods were never used. We've just arrived in Ulaanbaatar, and this is our guide. This is our bus in Mongolia. Quite nice. Have big windows here. Easy to video the bus next to us.
My name is Otto. It's mentioned here, Otto. His name is Otto. You are very lucky, but we are not Mr. and Mrs. Otto.
So we're checking into the Best Western, and we have about 3 hours where we can shower, have breakfast, and then we'll leave our luggage here, and then we'll be going out of town and coming back in a couple of days, and we'll be staying here. This is a view of Ulaanbaatar, the largest city in Mongolia and the capital. The population of the city is a little over 1.3 million. 95% are ethnic Mongols. The population of the country is a little over 3 million and is one of the least populated countries in the world. Ulaanbaatar is the cultural, industrial, and financial center. It is connected to both the Trans-Siberian and Chinese railway systems. Mongolian is spoken by 95% of the population, and Cyrillic script is used in writing. Russian and English are also spoken. Buddhism, shamanism, and Islam are the primary religions. The city is modern, with an enormous amount of construction going on. We're now driving out to the Buvet Nomadic camp, where we'll be spending the next couple of days. It's about 34 miles from Ulaanbaatar. On the way, we stop for a minute to see these shaman adak trees, which are supposed to tell fortunes in the wind. Evidently, people stop and walk around and whatever. We made another stop to see this man with his birds of prey. As one can see, it is very windy. There was also a mound of pebbles and rocks behind him, which is called an ovu. We were told that walking clockwise around the ovu 3 times and throwing a few stones on the pile brings good luck. I was too busy videoing the scene to have time to walk around the ovu. Back on the road, we passed a boy on a bicycle herding his Bactrian double-humped camels. This is just a general view of the countryside. One can see a number of white gears. We arrived at the Bouvet camp and were greeted by the staff. Bouvet camp is located in Gorki-Terelji National Park. The scenery is really magnificent. We were taken to our respective gears, where we spent the next couple of days. Is it warm in there?
It's quite pleasant.
Here we are inside our gear. It's quite nice. We have 2 beds, one where Abe is sitting, and there's another one behind me. The bathroom and showers were in another building. They're down near the restaurant. Here we had a dresser, mirror. That's my bed. This is the stove. Around 10 o'clock at night, a fellow came in and built a fire for us. It was quite cold. It got warm in the daytime, but quite cold at night. And then again in the morning at 5 o'clock. This can be closed.
And the linoleum is made to look like wood.
Yeah. There's this table. We're walking down, actually the showers are there, that building on the left. And we're going down to, or going up rather, to the restaurant. That's the restaurant in front of us. Abe's walking up to it now. Very nice. Had quite a few tables in there. It was really comfortable. Now this is just a general view. I'm just scanning around so you can just see the general, the scenery. It was really beautiful. There were mountain climbers here that were training. A lot of activity going on. And a lot of people hiked up into these areas, up the mountains.
A lot of this stuff is wild rhubarb. It's in flower. And I've forgotten the genus of rhubarb, but it's the species used to be called the Chinese rhubarb, and it contained a group of chemicals called alloimidins, which were strongly laxative. So a lot of medications of the 19th century contained rhubarb just because it made people go to the toilet, which was considered an essential part of good health.
And it still is. And this is the restaurant.
Yeah, I guess it is.
We're going to have lunch, and then Otku is going to give us a little information on these skiers, construction, and how they're moved.
In summer, we open the bottom cover of felt up, and then through the circle window, the wind, circulates, and it air ventilation system, This small size of wall makes it dimension. Yeah, I told you, kind of the gear made in ancient time palace for the emperors, and it's loaded on the ox cart, and 500 ox cart carried this big palace gears. Like they apply a floor, circle walls, and then someone should hold the circle window with supportive columns, and they place the door, and then inner fiber rope should pack the element, and they hang the sticks, and lastly they cover the inner cover dressing or outer cover felt and other dressing. And again, another fibre rope should pack this element. Yeah? 4 watts of gear on the roof has got 60 sticks that turns to minutes, like a 6-degree angle between 2 sticks. And the gear, when they make a gear, the gear diameter should relate to circle window diameter. The column height should relate to door height, right? And its door always should face to the south, because sun inside the gear shows the time of cow milking, driving to the pasture, like north, this part 12 o'clock. And gear is divided to 12 years, like mice, tiger, rabbit, hen year, Yeah. I think it's very eco-friendly, very easy to remove in the movement, it's very easy. They pack every element in the ox cart or in camel caravan, they move. I think in Mongolians, they live close to the earth elements. There is a fire, there is a soil, fresh air, wood. The 7 chakras always good, don't you think? Yeah.
So the entire family grew
Similarly. One family can live in one year because the floor could be the bed for the children. Nice new carpet on the floor and then they lay in. But there is a special, side. Like this side of the hair is a woman's side. Because woman, she has a small wardrobe, cupboard in that corner. And she, spend the cooking between cupboard and the stove.
Traditional stove.
To make it heat resistant, Mongolians tied up the heavy stone from the center and it's good. Only one danger is a fire. They carry gear in the rain, in the snow, like in winter, they pull down the snow, and if it rains, they close the roof, cover it. It turns to like bubbles, yeah? We moisturize that, and then we roll that,
Yeah.
and then horse should carry that roll of the felt in kilometers, and it flattens, turns to felt. The gear is made in hand. We have a factory, but the quality depends. There is a very unique method to make this wood in half circle, like they hold it in a fire smoke, and this hardwood turns to half circle and make it this wall, and they crack the black wood, maybe make the sticks, I heard one layer of felt can keep the warmth same as 25 centimeter of block. So means we use 2 layers of felt in winter. In summer we take off second layer, it lightens.
We're now boarding the bus to go out to the Ulaanbaatar Buddhist Meditation Center. You can see some people over here on the right. They're taking classes in rock climbing, we were told. There are a number of groups out here. There's also some rescue groups. This is, I think, a rescue group, even firefighting groups. These are yaks. You see many different colors of yaks and their long coats of hair. Over here on the right, you'll see one of the yaks running. This is called Turtle Rock. Another view, a closer view of Turtle Rock. You can see why it's called Turtle Rock. This is the entrance to the Aryapala Buddhist Meditation Center. As we enter, we see a long walkway with many posts with Buddhist proverbs and sayings. The walkway leads up to several shrines and a temple. This is a view looking down on the walkway, coming up to the temple. This is a view again as we came into the center, showing the posts with the proverbs and sayings. I will read a few of them. You save yourself from thorns by covering the soles of your feet with shoes, and you save yourself from ignorance by guarding your mind. Do not make trouble by telling lies, even if the world comes to an end and the earth breaks into pieces. Do not give sweets to a cow, for it does not appreciate the taste. Ordinary people cannot absorb too much. Therefore, do not teach them the highest path. The house built on an ice will sink down when the sun rises. Therefore, all masters should know the impermanent nature of this life. Our present lives are as dirty as the pigs, but if you try a little to get out of this state, you have the potential to become enlightened. Those with wrong views and non-Buddhists are like caves that face north and never receive any sunlight. You, a traveler who is going to your next rebirth, should accumulate as much good deeds as you can, just as you would pack food for a long journey. The ignorant one is like a pig digging in a trash. The food you have eaten and the goods you have accumulated would be bigger than Mount Sumeru. Evidently, Mount Sumeru is the center of the Buddhist world system. We're now walking up to see this prayer wheel. It's a little different from any prayer wheel I've ever seen. As you can see, there's a pointer at the top of this, and one spins the prayer wheel and then looks to see where the pointer stops. There are numbers up there. You record the number, and then as we walk on up to the temple, we'll see these boards on the side of the walkway that will give one's fortune for each number. So you find your number, and then you can read and see what your future or fortune is. This one stopped at 36. So we're walking on up. There's one of the boards right there. And another one. There are quite a few. So you walk down and find the board that has your number. And I believe it's this one right here. Let's see. Yes, there's 36. So this is Abe's fortune. Here's one of the proverbs. Though your precious human birth might be good, if you do not find a good companion, you are like a cart with one wheel. We're walking on up to the temple. Quite a few steps going up to the temple. We pass this little shrine along the path. We notice some graffiti over here on the stone. This is a view taken from the temple through the valley. Quite beautiful. Now we are inside the temple.
There are 5 colors of touch offering, including yellow, white, blue, red, and green. You can see umbrella. It's a part of 8 auspicious symbol in Buddhism. Umbrella, symbol of protection, means everyone enter to Buddhism start protected by Buddhist gods. But this 8 auspicious symbol goes till enlightenment, including 2 fish, banner, endless knot, vessel, and lotus, exotic. Kuan Yin Buddha, its fully enlightened being, love and compassion God, has 10,000 arms to help suffering beings.
These are a few additional pictures that Abe took with his camera.
Interesting. The white ones stay
On the way
together.
back to the camp, we stopped to see these horses. We also stopped to see another group of yaks. These are really not military, they're rescue squads for any kind of... And now for a bit of horseback riding. Of course, Abe and I could ride without a saddle, but we were just too busy videoing and taking pictures to ride this afternoon.
These horses just passed this very big circle.
One, go in. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you. I'll come here later.
Next one.
1, 2, 3. 야만 흔들리네. Now. Okay.
Good. Okay. That was good. And off they go. Footlaw. Behind us, there were a lot of maneuvers going on with these different rescue groups. groups and fire department groups. So it's now 7:30 in the evening, and I'm standing in front of the restaurant. We're going to have dinner. It's really very beautiful. Here comes Abe. He stopped to go to the bathroom and wash his hands. These walking sticks have come in very handy. It's windy out. It's getting cool.
Well, it's not as windy as it was, but it's
Yeah,
really
well.
been a beautiful day. And I think it's beginning to get much cooler. So probably by the time we have our dinner, it'll be freezing. We'll see.
This is the restaurant. We've been climbing all day. Steps. I can't believe how many steps. Hills. After dinner, I asked Otko if she would introduce herself, pronounce her name to make sure I was pronouncing it right, and tell us a little bit about the park and what we'd done today and what we were going to do tomorrow.
My name is Otko. I live in Ulaanbaatar city and I brought up there. I'm doing this guiding for 16 years and I love my job. I'm here with the group. This is National Park Terelji. We will overnight here. Now it's like 8:30. Well, wonderful evening. Today we had some adventure and we did some horseback riding. We went to meditation monastery and walked there. Tomorrow we start earlier because we're going to visit a nomadic family and I will introduce the way of they breeding animals. Tomorrow we also will visit maybe world biggest horseback statue of Genghis Khan. That's 40 meters tall.
Can you tell us a little bit about this park?
The Trans-Siberian National Park. You know, Mongolians say this is like mini Switzerland in Mongolia. It has a very exotic rock formation, all granites, and there is a fabulous turtle rock. We will show them that turtle rock. National Park Trans-Siberian, it's protected by the state like 1993. The Gobi inhabitants, they adapt baby camel to the mother camel, and that adaptation actually filmed in a documentary famous movie, Weeping Camel, that nominated in some years in an Oscar.
We were very fortunate to have Otku as our guide, and I thanked her. Yeah, we can hear the wolves. As they've said, they've already started. Well, we've had dinner, we've brushed our teeth, and we're now getting ready to go to bed. We'll have a fire built tonight and one tomorrow morning. It gets very cold and it's cooling off very quickly. It's 10:30 and I just was awakened as our door opened. Fellow came in very quietly. I turned on the light above my bed, it's run by solar, and got up and watched him make this fire. He's also going to make a fire tomorrow morning. sharp. Very good. It's about 5 in the morning, quite light, and the light coming in from the opening in the ceiling. This fellow came in again very quietly and started building our fire. It was too cold for me to get up and watch, but certainly heated up the room very quickly. It's now about 7:30 on June 5th. We're going down to have breakfast. It's very, very quiet, very beautiful. Just look at this scenery. But after breakfast, it changed. Groups started training. You can see this group, I think it's a rescue group. There's also a group out early this morning, and they're taking lessons in rock climbing. Just look at this individual up on that cliff up there. We're getting ready to leave to go visit a nomad family, and we're saying goodbye to the staff. They've been really wonderful. We've had a really nice time. Good.
Baby cup. Ooh. Some of dog in Mongolia are shepherd. Mr. Yondo, the first of the family. See, our family got 2 children, youngest boy. Youngest boy. Here, I think he will ride. He will ride in a race. He rides, you know, he has own beautiful white spotted horse. Yeah, please welcome.
Okay, Yuki.
Mind your head. More. Yeah, it's respect to you. Boiler, still намарсан нөө. Нэг хэдвэр анги үлээ? Нэг. The boiler, he graduated this year his first grade. First grade. And just last week, elementary school is off. And I think it's time to enjoy horse riding, playing.
Nice time.
So means one person with the car gather all neighborhood children, drive, wait there, bring them back.
Sounds like home.
The situation is like that. But all over Mongolia, the children stay in a dormitory, you know. Yeah. We have a special holiday for nomadic children. This is the time of animal give birth, spring, you know, and they have a longer holiday, like 3 weeks. You know? Then since they met, you know, here, and the husband, he's actually local guy, and they married, got the young 2 children. Yeah, she's very busy woman, cares family, animal, and she got the chicken now. Actually, his parents lived in this gear, and then they passed it to him. It means in our tradition, youngest boy of our family continues that generation. Means they should prepare everything when time comes, you know. When he marry, they should prepare gear, animal, saddle, all this valuable antiques should go to youngest one, and we appreciate them a lot. Families, you know, like the youngest boy, when he got the family, live with the elders. So it means when you see nomadic people, there is not only one gear, there is 3 gears. One is for elders, third one is in summer, you know, it turns to kitchen. In winter, that turns to storage, you know. Yeah. When you take the cup, you can hold your elbow, any hand elbow. It's respect.
אצלנו זה משהו אחר מראה.
This one or that one?
What kind of milk? What is
This one is a cow milk tea. Salty, some tea. That's it.
the cow milk?
Cow milk. Okay, she take off the cream. How about rest of the milk? She make yogurt. But the family can't eat all this, you know, liters of yogurt, don't you think? Then she, how to say, save this yogurt in big container. Then Mongolian cheese. I hope you test all these things later, please. Our family got, you know, these animals, and then I can see the part of horse hair here. You know, when they sell animals,
Hair.
you know, they take part of hair, and the number remain in the group. It's like a symbolic meaning, you know. They never want to reduce the animal number, so they take part of hair, and then they think, okay, my animal still with me, yeah, within the group, yeah. Very symbolic meaning. Her husband, the Mr. Yondong, he actually tame unbroken horses, and then also he trains race horses. But I heard he in previous year he participated with his race horse in the mining village Nadam Festival horse race, you know, and there is several medals.
Champion.
And hopefully he going to train his boy as a jockey, so in the future more medals. You see, in Mongolian tradition, we appreciate men. Our gender is fine, you know, but we know we should appreciate them because our family life depends on our hosts, you know. So we put their belt, hat, saddle over this hip. We should respect all the things of man, you know. When she cook, we give cup of first tea meal to him. You know?
A silver cup.
Very good.
This is Mongolian antique. It will be passed to his son, you know. Some of them made in very expensive routine site, which we export from Asian countries. And then we have some decor underneath. It could be gold. And then when it's old, antique. You know? And our Mongolian people, they got the big pocket in the middle of dress, and they, wherever they go, take it with. And then, you know, in ancient time, we didn't wash it, this one. It's a throat massage. Me, this one, it could be antique too. Nowadays, Mongolian young people want to have our elders, these boxes at home, symbol of wealthy life. Whatever they got, new dress, this antique, all the things they keep in a box. Yeah. It has a beautiful knot signs in it. Yeah. And you see behind you her sewing machine. And it means the Mongolian ladies in this life all make their dresses.
Yeah.
See? My mom has two, but she has new.
And you got to turn the handle.
Yeah, it's manual, you know.
Yes.
Like this, she makes herself. She made that.
Beautiful.
Very beautiful, yeah, isn't it?
Hilarious, isn't it?
Otherwise, he will not marry her. She does it there.
Can you tell us about his vest, that beautiful vest, his
The
coat
jacket.
or whatever?
Surcoat jacket.
That is a del. Its proper general name is del, but it has a different style. We have a 4 seasonable del in Mongolia. Winter one got the lambskin layer inside, and then always made in a silk, you know. That would be very fancy. Silk from China, you know. And it could be short and long. It turned to blanket when the horse guy sleeps with group horses in pasture, you know. And we have also traditional boot. I will show you later in the statue. We have a special hat. Yeah, this is del, traditional del. Mongolians actually use all kinds of material, you know, this felt, leather, the silk, you know, and then other textiles, yeah. Usually during the Nadam festival or during Lunar New Year, people buy new silk
Big one.
and they wear new del. I can see in the middle of the circle window something inside of ribbon, right? Don't you think? This is soil. So our host, wherever he was born, his birthplace soil must bless this family in entire life. And that's why in the middle.
No, that's
I think it's done in the day of marriage, you know, in the marriage days. Very unique lifestyle, don't you think? Of course, sleep together, right?
This is a bed.
Yeah, this is bed.
I'm sitting
That
in
side
bed.
is the man's side. The north, they have to put all this vicious things, like the shrine.
Yes.
You see, the shrine. And we have some of symbolic religious, this bag with the grain inside, you know. Yeah. And our nomadic children actually play all kinds of games related to this lifestyle. This is goat and sheep ankle bone.
Oh, we used to play that.
And if you, when you drop it, if it shows 4 different sides, it's the best luck. Or we have hundreds of ankle bone spread in a nice carpet. This is a game in winter time, you know. And then flick it, take it. Who got more ankle bone? Winner. Or they play in the hill by stones, make gear, you know.
I played that when I was a little girl. We called
See,
it
I made
we
it.
called it jacks.
Do that.
Jacks.
Jacks
I
we
made
called
it.
it.
Now it should be
Ah,
4
each one
different ways.
different.
It has a
Used to go
horse,
like that.
Yeah,
then you catch
hammer,
it
and
between
catch
your
it.
fingers.
However many
and
you
sheep.
caught.
This is best luck family in Mongolia, you know. So I think the family used maybe this tour camp electricity. Otherwise, in other places, Mongolians use today, nowadays, the solar panel, windmill, little ones. And our state introduced a special brand, you know, refrigerator, this washing machines. In winter, these people actually break river ice or melt off snow and make the water. But still we need more wells in Mongolia, you know. They should water animal and, you know. Except of summer, they all use all kinds of this natural resources of water. With this several gear already put in summer camp. And that's the only maybe gear left here. And then one day move. It's time to move.
Do they take their furniture and all?
all.
They
Believe
take
me.
everything.
Yeah, all. Believe me. Yeah.
They wouldn't come back to the same spot.
They will come back here.
Will they?
Yeah, with national park, it's not many, territories, so they just move 2 times.
But the gear remain here.
No, they will remove
Ah, they
all.
take it also?
Yeah, yeah.
What a business.
So this is like
It's portable.
winter quarters versus summer quarters.
Yes.
Where the money?
Exactly.
Yeah. No, but if you experienced, you can reassemble it.
You know, in our Mongolian tradition, when we marry, the groom parents should ask a girl's hand. This is must-to-do thing. I think his family asked her hand. Then we have a special word, to ask her and give some silk, vodka, whatever, the nice the silver things. But the things happen not easily. The girl father actually not easily give her. When you stand up, let's think you're a groom father, and then bride father. Actually, you bring your old relative brothers,
Even 2 yaks and 4
and then
camels.
they drink. When father is so you manage to do that, and then father takes that ribbon, religious ribbon. Remember, yeah, you must give that, and then that's the way you ask on bride hand with special words. But our wedding usually in autumn, animal fat and many dairy products. Then we do auspicious many days and many weddings. But in our celebration also, everybody came in celebration must sing 3 songs. 3 songs. It's must to know thing in Mongolia. If the songs got negative meaning, that person is punished. By what? Big bowl of fermented mare milk must drink. Yeah. And then follows the style vodka. That combination makes just drunken. Funny. But in front of them, in many kilometers distance, whole herd, moving. Then family ox cart follow, and it happens like that. It's a shamanic ideology. It's protection.
Bev, could you just stand up a minute so I can get
Protection.
Could you just move aside?
Next to someone. For example, her son going far away to succeed one special work, she just sprays some milk next to her. It really happens.
Does the shaman have anything to do with the picking of the wedding date?
No, shaman, there is no contribution from shamanic side in a wedding, in a death, funeral custom, nothing.
Okay.
No, 50 liters can contain leather bag. And then they pour this fresh horse milk. Then they use like ladle, 5,000 times in the beginning, literally 2,000 times in a day, that fresh mare milk. And that is fermented. And then keep pouring, adding more fresh milk, and then keep ladling, and this process keep going. That's our.
Now, is the fermentation, do they put some beginner, so to speak, like you make yogurt, you take some old yogurt and add it?
I think so. I don't know that, but they know. They know, yeah. I don't know that. They should. Please try this curd cheese.
Kadvina. Ladvina.
It could be hard,
Pass it round.
It's curd. Yeah. No, never.
That's
Yeah,
curd cheese and
It's curds and that's cheese.
it's like
Fried
bread.
Like butter.
The skin,
Take more. Then they got the refrigerator, but there's some of them hotter.
So they have they have a second gear that is like their kitchen.
Impossible to use electricity. That's why she should quickly produce this stuff.
Want me to move?
No.
Fried something. It's cooking.
How many children do most families have?
Nowadays, it reduced, honestly. My family, there is 6. There is a people with 10 children. But nowadays, maybe became average children, maybe 4, 5.
But they only have 2, so they're not done.
Yeah, maybe more. Impossible. So
do go well together.
in remote area in Mongolia, hospital services actually circle them once in a month. But everything is predictable. They must go before this, moment to the hospital.
And how far away is that?
That could be far away. It depends, We have 330 units. All got the services, hospital, police, everything. They must go there. But we have a home way and midwives. It happens, not often, but we have that situations.
Like in old times?
Yeah.
Can you ask her if they usually move to the same area with the same other families, or do they change where they move?
Уурнаагч нүүхтэй хуршууд чинь дандаа ижилхэн хуршууд байдгүй эсвэл айлууд нөөшлөгдөд байдгүй гинэ нүүгж яхаа.
Өөрчлөлттэй дийлэгтэй нөгөө сахалтай.
Тий.
Ханаануудтай найзлахтай байгаа.
Тий. She says it depends. Families can change. But normally, there is a family who settled that territory, who are friends, one idea friends, yeah. Take all the herd in a trip, after 1 month comes back. They do trip. In that situation, they use that simple little gear, dried meat, And also whole family can move across the province territory, but they must register the animal in that second territory of provinces. Our natural pasture reserve is only for 75 million animals, So the state must balance. When also they pasture animal in a state pasture reserve, we have a special territory, must pay tax, 150 tugruk, camel, cow, horse. But how about the 1,000 animal? I don't think all numbers true. Yeah.
So then they make money by selling those horses or selling the milk, or right?
Cashmere, wool, leather.
Does anybody shave the yaks? Do they cut their hair?
Уурнаагч танах сарлаа самандгүй гинэ. Эсвэл хаачлах уу гинэ. Самнтэй. She combs yaks.
She combs them.
But the hair comes out when you comb it?
In the end of winter. Goat, yak, camel.
And then they put in a pillow, or do they process?
Usually they sell in the market.
Okay.
In April, goat cashmere price is very expensive. Then in June, everybody got the cashmere. Then our prices goes down. Our meat price is up just in April, March, Then meat price drop in September. They actually sell a lot of slaughter animal,
right.
And to pay student payment. Then meat price drop.
Because they have to pay a fee for their kids to go to those schools, right?
Yeah, in university they must pay, So,
yeah, but even primary school.
No, it's free. Yeah. Last
long time.
Very long time. It can turn to very hard, quality, but we still eat. The best teeth. Calcium. The view is open. Even they do castration, But this family don't have sheep and goat. The family's got hundreds of these ones, make castration. And the Mongolians eat that. They eat that.
You know what they do in America in some places?
I never ate that.
They do it very interesting way in America in some farms out west. They take a rubber band, elastic band, and they tie it, and then after some time,
it drops off.
It happens. So there's no operation, no nothing.
He's the best back.
It's Mongolian flag, dear all. True color of Mongolia, blue sky Mongolia. Our country slogan is blue sky Mongolia. And in ancient time, our Genghis Khan worshipped blue sky as our ancestors, spirit up there. It's a shamanic ideology. Today, blue is a respect color. On it, Mongolian symbol. Mongolian symbol, it has a meaning. On the top, fire, flame, the victory, symbol. Then moon and sun, we live in underneath, 2 columns, Mongolian boundary. Then 2 triangular thing up and down is arrowhead. Arrowhead protect this country from dissidents, outer, inner dissidents. The 2 line, within 5 elements, wood is more stable, we think. And wood, that is wood. 2 fish in the middle, symbol of peace, harmony. In China they say it yin yang, but in Mongolia we say it's like peace and friendship, And fish never close eyes, it's like a warrior. It's actually a letter of alphabet, who Mongolian first Buddhist leader Ulaanbaatar invented this letter in 17th century.
Which one, the first?
That one. And its A letter became symbol of Mongolia. It has in background liberty meaning from Manchurians, But Ulaanbaatar used Tibetan, Indian sign scripts and designed this one. It's Soyump script actually. Soyump. It's A letter. Family, but we won't give it to the hand. Mongolian tradition, I really don't want to break this tradition, We are tourism people, we're okay, but we will put it same as offering in front of shrine. Okay? So now this time we have some.
Now we brought a few things for the kids. And there's some Ceylon tea in there also from Ceylon. Very good quality.
Sure, of course. I love this combination very much. I think that it's very tasty. Together.
This picture was taken by Abe as we approached the property of the nomadic family we visited. You can see their barn and stables to the right of their gear. This is a closer view. A bag of dung used as fuel. A close-up of their very friendly little puppy. He'll grow up to be much bigger. Their son. These are some of the husband's possessions, including medals of his horsemanship. It was our understanding that men's possessions are kept on the right side corner of the gear. A closer view of his medals. Altar with the television to the left. Genghis Khan's portrait. Husband's bridles and other gear, spelt Gear. Stove with old-fashioned iron to the right. This is the bag with the husband's information, such as date and place of birth, marriage, etc. It was our understanding that this is usually kept at the top of the gear near the opening. We were also told that the husband sleeps on the left side of the gear. Light bulb is powered by solar power. Usually the solar panel is placed outside the gear. When they slaughter any of their animals, they retain some hair and keep it in remembrance of the animal. This picture shows the massive size of the granite cliffs. One of the rock climbers can be seen if one looks carefully. And finally, here we all are before leaving the Bouvet camp to go to the Genghis Khan monument, which will be shown in another of our videos. All of our videos can be seen on our Conscience Films YouTube site. The URL for the site and our email address are given here.